What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm, of course, Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy.
If you haven't noticed, we're doing something a little bit different. Of course, Ryan's in Des Moines, I'm in Missouri, but we both wanted to give you our real-time review of Captain Marvel. So this is us recording our audio for you guys. We'll hopefully in the future try and find a way to do video for you guys as well when we do these kinds of reviews. But it's our first time, so we thought we'd just do audio and give you guys some pictures along with the review to help give you some idea of what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
But oh yeah, but Ryan, before we get started, who is actually all in this so people can know?
Well, this movie is directed by Annette Boden and Ryan Fleck, and it, of course, stars Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Lashana Lynch, Annette Bening, Jude Law, Gemma Chan, Lee Pace, Jaimon Hunsu, and some other people, I'm sure. Clark Gregg. Yeah.
Yep,
So,
very
uh,
good. Well, let's start us off here. Let's actually change it up. I've been very curious actually what you think of the movie. So why don't you go ahead and go first? Because we know everyone knows
there's a lot of
the
controversy
whole
surrounding.
there's a whole lot of controversy surrounding her, but we like to just review the movie for the movie
Right.
itself. We don't care about the old other crap. So what did you think of the movie itself?
I'm going to give this movie probably a
Oof.
4.5 out of 10, maybe.
Oof.
Yeah, this was very disappointing.
Okay.
I really wanted to like this movie. It wasn't hitting the right notes for me. Right off the bat, I just kind of felt bored and wasn't like even when she kind of came to Earth and started having her first big action scene, and then everywhere they went, and did like when she teams up with Fury, I was just thinking like I'm just not into this. Like it's just not grabbing me the way that other Marvel movies. That's what Marvel movies are really good at. They just grab you and they take you in. But then more than that, more objectively, there's just seems to be a lot of plot holes in this. Like I'm gonna have to watch it again on video, but like not a lot made sense. Like not a lot
Okay.
was very well described. There was like what was going on, and I guess we're not doing spoilers, even though like I think everyone's seen this at this point. Like
Pretty
it's a
much.
Marvel movie. Do you want me to just go into spoilers or you know?
Um.
Because
Well,
yeah.
yeah, well, let's go ahead and do minor. Nothing that's too extravagant.
Okay,
I
but
think I think people listening, if they want
well,
to just do a spoiler review, we can. That's perfectly
here's what
fine.
I say. There as far as what's revealed about the aliens, or there's obviously there's Krees and Skrulls, and what's revealed
Yep.
about the Skrulls does not make a lot of sense. I mean, the first things first is like they're looking for a light speed engine, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? They're looking for a light speed engine. This is an interstellar saga. Like where they have light speed, like everyone has light speed. But it's like, and I was like, oh, well, I guess the Skrulls may not have it. Maybe the Skrulls are like just living in Kree space. But then it's like, no, they have more. They're traveling at light speed in this movie, and don't they have like more advanced tech than the Kree? Just very confused by what they were even trying to say or tell, and there was more stuff like that that just did not make sense, and the a lot of this movie was just very dry and very kind of like not just wooden. And a lot of people are criticizing Brie Larson. Now, a lot of people like one reviewer said she has the appeal of like my underwear after 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and here's the deal. Like, that's not just him being an asshat. Like that he like there's a point there. Like there is there's she reminds me of Hayden Christensen. But
Ooh, I wouldn't go that far,
like
but
Hayden
okay.
Christensen, here's what I will say on her behalf, though. Like Hayden Christensen, uh, who everyone says is such a good actor when he's not in that movie. I think this might actually be more the fault of dialogue and direction. I don't have the benefit of seeing her in her Oscar-winning performance in Room. I know you have. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
if you've seen The Glass Castle. Most people, if they've seen her in anything like me, have only seen her in Kong Skull Island, she was fine in. I will say I felt she had a lot of potential that wasn't being tapped, which is basically the same thing for the character. I just feel like the character was not very well brought out. I still feel like she has a lot of potential as a character that has not been tapped yet.
Yeah.
So all those are problems for me, but the biggest thing is the two plot twists, which are, well, one, not even really a plot twist unless you're a comic book fan.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's impossible to not sort of politicize it. I can get very easily demonized just for not liking it, and that's
Well,
unfortunate. But yeah, if you're a comic book fan, there's two sort of very big, very big changes that you're not going to be happy with. Of course, if you're a comic book fan, you've already seen it. But yeah, go ahead. That's how I feel. That's to
okay.
me. 4.5
Well,
out of 10.
Well, there's some more stuff we can probably talk about there, and without
And
getting to
yeah.
spoilers, I can, as long as you're able to, like you have always been able to. The one thing I respect about your reviewing style is that you may not like something, but at least you give the reasons why. And in my opinion, as long as you can give your reasons why you didn't like it in detail, besides just saying, "Oh, it's stupid because," that's
Mhm.
fine. I mean, and most viewers know that you don't really, you don't like much, Ryan. Come on, let's be honest. You have high standards, which is fine too.
Well,
But
I
for me,
usually love the Marvel movies, but I will say that
yeah.
this is the worst, second worst after Iron Man 3, probably. But
Oh, I
there's a
wouldn't go
big
that high.
margin there. There's a big margin there. Like honestly, most of them are good, and there's Iron Man 3 and everything else. So this is the
Yeah.
worst everything else. But yeah.
I wouldn't go that. To me, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was disappointed as well, so to be surprised there. I'm actually gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, you're
When I
disappointed. Give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's a
the
very
yeah,
good score.
because lately I was disappointed. I was expecting more, but I still walked out enjoying myself. Now, what I you hit kind of nail you kind of hit the nail there on the head a little bit with the direction. I think where I was mostly disappointed was the direction of the film, where I feel like a lot of the choices were made as far as when to play a certain song or how to shoot the camera, how to angle the camera this way for the character, or building spots up in like slow motion or not. It's just a lot of the times it had to do with the direction of how the movie played out, how the story was told, and that's where I feel like it really failed. I actually, when I walked out of this movie, I was trying to think to myself, I was disappointed, but what did it make me compared to other Marvel movies in the past that made me feel this way? I bought her as Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel, sort of. It kind of made me feel like how I walked out of Captain America: The First Avenger, where I had fun and had problems, but I liked, when I first saw The First Avenger, I liked him. I liked him as Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, but it wasn't until I watched actually Winter Soldier that I fully bought into him as Captain America. Even after I didn't really was fully invested until even in Avengers. It wasn't until Winter Soldier. So for me, I liked her as Carol Danvers. I feel like we could have gotten more, like you said. We didn't get much to it more than. So I'm hoping in the sequel, which we're gonna get a sequel. It's made over $500 million in a
Hmm.
week and a half, so it's gonna get a sequel. I'm hoping with a new director, if they get a new director in there, there's still
Well,
plenty of meat to explore. You
you
know,
only have to wait 6 weeks to see her again, dude. Like,
true, true.
that's the thing. And what I'm really intrigued by is one thing I kind of liked about her characterization in this movie is that she is really one thing that is that there about her character is that she is kind of immature.
Yep.
She kind of has a hard time taking certain things seriously, and she can't really control her emotions. And there's a lot about her that they kind of intentionally make her sort of immature, which I like that because it's going to create an interesting contrast
Hmm.
with the character in Endgame, who is she is aside from Thor, she's the oldest Avenger. She's
Yep.
probably gonna be like late 50s in the
No, Chris Evans would be still considered
well,
like well into his hundreds.
he didn't actually have life experience in those 90 years. You know what I mean?
True,
Like
true, true,
so, but no, she's been out there fighting the good fight for like 25 years, not returning home. So she's
true.
kind of gonna be like a grizzled badass general, like in the body of a 26-year-old gorgeous woman. I just really, I mean, but and I think Brie Larson can carry that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we both know if anybody can make a character a complete badass, it's the Russo brothers. Like I'm actually intrigued to see what they do with the character now that they'll be, when she's an Endgame.
mhm.
So, now one of the other things I actually liked, and I'm curious what you liked. I actually liked the chemistry between her and Nick Fury. I
Yeah,
actually thought the
I
buddy
thought
buddy cop part was there's a lot of organic comedy that made me laugh. I didn't feel forced at all. It actually just felt very organic, and I really enjoyed that. It was that's what I kind of didn't like about Guardians Volume 2 was there's just so many jokes just flying at you that you just couldn't really enjoy it. You know what I mean? And so that's the part I liked. And even then, like for me, one of the things I didn't like too was the beginning was kind of slow. It really started off very slow, like you said. I can definitely agree with that. But I really liked the ending. Did you not like the action scenes especially towards the end?
not really. I was just kind of not. It didn't grab me in the beginning, and it kind of was not never grabbed throughout the film. So I don't know. But
Well, we'll see how it turns out. So overall, your overall thoughts on it. What are your overall thoughts moving forward now that we're going to see an end game and an MCU moving forward? So we can wrap this up.
I'm just really I'm actually really looking forward to her in Endgame. I know that they're like really pushing her to be like this super powerful character, and I hope that she doesn't like. I hope that she's not too much of a Deus Ex Machina when it comes to Thanos.
Yeah.
Like, Captain Marvel's here, just and then she punches him in the face. I mean, like I hope they still like because this has been their story so far, so it's great that she's coming in. But like if she just comes in halfway through the story and wins it for them, like that's yeah, that's not gonna be good storytelling. But that's the Marcus and McFeely are not akin to not good storytelling,
No.
so I doubt that will be
And
the
plus,
case.
you know, yeah, and plus, you
But
know, the Russo brothers just won't let that happen.
yeah,
There's got to be some real. They have proven themselves now more
I
than
think
enough.
yeah, I think more the writers, but no, I'm really looking forward to seeing how she fits in with the group. I think the trailer that they had just showed like the Marcus and McFeely have shown themselves that they know how to make characters bounce off each other. What this character would say when that character comes in is perfect, and so I love the interaction between her and Thor, and I'm really looking forward to that. And saying like I said, I think she has great potential. We can see better films in the future.
So yeah, yep, that's very true. So I'm not really gonna ask you if you can recommend it to the audience to see it. I can. I still think it's very enjoyable. Now, I mean, I would say it's worth your mission to see the mid-credit scene, but the mid-credit scene's already online, so there's really no point. But I feel like if you want some more, at least some more familiarization with Captain Marvel, I feel like it's a good movie to watch before you see Endgame. And even then, for me, you'll still get a lot of enjoyment out of it, even though it was kind of uneven, which I blame the direction for. I really do blame. I think all the problems can go back to the direction of the film and what the directors decided to do throughout the editing process. So I still say enjoy it. I still go see it, and it'll get you ready for Endgame. At least it'll get you like in the Marvel, mentality of in the theaters to get ready for Endgame.
Hmm.
All right. Well, folks, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I was gonna say watching, but no, you're listening here today. But more importantly, guys, what did you guys think of Captain Marvel? Leave your comments in the section below. Let us know whether you liked it or not, and give us your score out of 10. Remember, guys, this is all about the movie. So it's okay for us all to disagree. It's all we have a very positive and constructive discussions. That's all I care about. And that's all I really have for you today. Again, I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy
All right, and thank you for keeping it real.
with Real Time.